Because Constant Contact, it was a write-up last year, is starting to use more artificial intelligence in their system. So where it used to be all list-driven selections, their lists are learning what works with your organization. And so it's hard, you can't go in and adjust it specifically. It's learning that, oh, okay, admin at whatever is valid for you. It may not be valid in most other places.
Okay.
So it's learning that after you opt in once, and then it learns, okay, I know it's valid for that, you know, for whatever that organization email servers are. So unfortunately, when that happens, the unfortunate part for somebody on the other side who would like to tune that is you got nothing to tweak anymore. It's got a training set that's learning and it's proprietary, and there's, you know, you just have to deal with it. Yeah, welcome to the new world of artificial intelligence.
I'm pretty sure these people aren't going to change their emails.
So there were questions about reporting too. I know we were just talking a little bit about that, but what are some, and this might have been, I can't remember, I should put names beside these, reporting issues or things that you're having related to reporting. What are some of the needs there? Was it about, like, what type of information that's there? Was that you?
That was me. So we just need to set our system on fire and start over.
That's good.
It's integrated with the database, so.
That's called an opportunity.
There we go. I don't know. I'm curious to know what other people think. Like I said, I think most of ours is just so many different fields and proper training on the system. And I don't think that Blackbot supports updating Convio anymore. I think it's one of their products that they're not investing a lot of money into.
I thought, when you said Convio, I'm like, didn't that go away?
Exactly.
I thought, we moved a whole bunch of people off of Convio into Salesforce for that very reason.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, I was under the impression they were gonna like turn it off. I guess not, huh?
It's still going.
We had several panic
Can you come
clients.
to our all-staff meeting?
I'd be happy to do that.
We're looking at starting to use Salesforce. How much does that integrate with MailChimp and Constant Contact?
Constant Contact, no, MailChimp, yes.
Yes.
So that's, I mean, it's just as simple as that.
And can you convert, I feel like they hold your emails hostage once you start with one of these services. How easy is it to move Constant Contact emails over to MailChimp?
We just,
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
we exported
Export.
all of our Constant Contact
Yeah.
out and just re-imported it into MailChimp.
So you moved it to Excel and then out, you didn't just
Well,
move
we
it from one
moved
to the
it
other?
to CSV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then imported it in, and so the only ones that didn't import in were the ones that were like admin at or publisher at. So we didn't, the only thing that I'm trying to figure out is I don't want to lose the history of all of the emails on Constant Contact, and
You can't export that other than the report, can you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You could print them all.
Well, you know what?
That binder.
We had someone that had us do that.
And then you can get a reader and read it all back in.
Yeah.
Scan to email.
Scan it.
Oh, man. Yeah. But I don't think you're stuck though, I mean, as far as being able to transfer, for
Yeah.
sure. That shouldn't be a problem. Both of those services allow you to take your data out. But it's a very valid point as far as like your history for opens and mail received and that kind of thing.
But I'm trying to understand what you meant by losing the history. Do you mean like 5 years ago newsletter, you want to be sure to remember what was in there? Is that, I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, we could print out, it's more of the newsletters that we used to send out every other week that we could just print them, save them.
You mean the history of how effective they were read, or the actual history of the email
Content.
themselves? The content. Oh,
Content.
You didn't hear. Okay. Okay. Oh wow.
Is it Trish? Do you use the Salesforce marketing automation side too, or just the CRM?
There are, I mean, you mean like Pardot?
Is it Pardot that
Yeah,
has the relationship with?
They use
Okay.
Pardot, it's called the Marketing Cloud. None of my clients are big enough to be able to afford it. So, I did have one that was like you, who had like 1 million emails. I mean, the state of Tennessee, if you graduate from high school, they will send you to college. And so there are about, I don't know how many nonprofits in Tennessee that have millions of those kids that are graduating from high school and want to go to college. And there's all these requirements they have to do and stuff. And so I don't know how many, they had a huge number of emails that went out. And I thought that the Marketing Cloud had a better integration. For one thing, they have SMS, which is, for kids, you know, you just almost, I mean, you can't have kids and not have SMS. You know, it's just like, that's how they live, you gotta go that way. But they went with MailChimp, and then they ran into a limit. They just could not, they couldn't send, they needed to send like, you know, 1 million today, and then 1 million tomorrow, and then 1 million the next day. And, or, you know, I'm exaggerating, but, so we moved them into a completely different system. We moved them to a custom developed, I mean, I just know somebody who's really good at that kind of stuff. So he just like whipped up a little thing that allowed them to send those emails as much as they wanted with, and it was, MailChimp will only take certain fields, but it won't take other fields.
There's a limit of 30, I think.
Yeah, I think that was it, but then there were only certain kinds, I don't know, there were fields that they wanted on in their mail merge, on their email, that they couldn't do. And my developer friend could do all, I mean, he broke all the rules that MailChimp had thrown at him. So, yeah.
He's a wizard.
Yeah, he is, as a matter of fact, he really is.
Okay, so one of the questions was about standing out, and I think, you know, we all, as organizations, I think it's just a matter of, okay, well, what can we do? It's not necessarily in competition with other organizations, it's how do we put our content in such a way that our readers, one, come to know us, two, know and expect the frequency at which we send emails to them, hopefully because we've listened to what they tell us to do, or how much they want us to send to them. But then it's also like something that was kind of out there as something that was going to blow people away as far as open rates and click-throughs and stuff, was emojis and subject lines, and we saw all these big businesses start to use them, and all of a sudden it's like not what they thought it was going to be. So now everybody is totally backing off of that. One of the other big things is like buy now buttons inside of emails. They thought that was going to be something that would make it super easy for people, consumers, to take that on and start to use it. And I think some nonprofits had started to use those as well, as not necessarily a buy now, but hey, here's a way to get your registration done all through the email click and done that way. But I think there's some major changes coming to how emails may look and feel. There's conversations and even some studies being done about emails more like a live web page inside your email box in some ways, where it's more responsive, more interactive, not so much just text or template design. So there are, look into that. Like, I'm kind of interested to see where that takes a turn. Either it's going to be really successful, or it's going to take out like the emoji thing. But what are some topic areas or things that you've tried with your emails and have been successful? I think, you know, we've talked a little bit about the negative things, but maybe what's something that you've tried and you saw, hey, that actually worked out pretty well for us? Anything come to mind?